I'd like to build the world a home and finish it with a lawn. Grow apple trees and honey bees and snow white turtle doves. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to hold it in my arms and keep it company. I'd like to see the world for once all standing hand in hand, and hear them echo through the hills of peace throughout the land. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony.
Hello to all Huskies out there. It is Friday, May 1st, and I am Dr. Sawyer, joined by Miss Victor and Miss Shear on this Friday as we say happy Friday to all of you, Husky. And so today we chose two different quotes together for you. You can see the first quote is focusing on what we've been talking about, which is balance. Balance is not something you find, it's something that you create. And then the quote on the right shows a lot of different words connected to one of the most important values we have at Hamilton, which is our diversity. And we really liked each of those different words and how they connect to what we believe about diversity at Hamilton. So take a minute and look at those words and think about that core value of diversity at Hamilton. Husky. Okay, so on this Friday, we want to say happy Friday. Good job for making it to the end of another week in remote learning. That's quite an accomplishment to all of you out there listening. And if there are any families listening, that's a big accomplishment for you too, as you've supported your Husky through this week. Today is Husky Day, so please remember that it is we will have clubs and activities all available for you. So put on your green and purple. You see, I didn't today, but you can join us in some school pride and school spirit and have some fun and socialize too. Assignments are due by 3 p.m. today, so be sure you turn those in to your teachers. We've been talking a lot this past week, Huskies, about the IB Learner Profile trait of balance. You know, we're an official international baccalaureate school, which we're very proud of. But we've been talking a lot about that trait of what it means to be balanced. And today we want to say, be sure you stay involved in your clubs and activities and socialize with your fellow Huskies. You know, instead of just watching cartoons on YouTube or things that might be, not focused on Hamilton, take today to really focus on the balance you can get through these activities that Hamilton is providing, like our clubs and our activities. We love to see all of you involved, and we welcome you, even if you haven't come to the clubs before. So reach out, check the list of clubs, and sign up for those, and join us. We'd love to see you. Enrichment learning and projects. Remember I was talking about yesterday, and I saw a lot of you jump in and start into enrichment learning. So reach out to your teachers, make sure you get that enrichment assignment from them if you want to learn more. And you can also check out our Hamilton Husky homepage, and you can see in Schoology and on our webpage enrichment assignments and projects that you can do. There are a lot of neat opportunities for more learning if you're interested. Don't forget, Multicultural Night is coming up, and a lot of you have turned in, I heard over 30 videos have been submitted, which is amazing. If you have a part of your cultural heritage that you would like to share, we want to celebrate it. Next week is Teacher Appreciation Week. Very special to all of us to say thank you to our teachers. And we know that we're in this remote learning environment, but we still have a huge amount of respect and care for all of our teachers. We'll be talking about what you can do next week to say thank you to all of your teachers. And speaking of teachers, we heard your request, and we are going to meet what you requested and invite some of our teachers to come join us in morning meeting. You're going to just love the teachers you get to see in morning meeting next week. And Miss Victor, Miss Shear, and I understand you want to see more people than just us. And so next week, you'll get to see teachers on morning meeting. We're really excited about that. Husky. And we've talked about the kindness challenge, Husky. But again, a reminder about those virtual multicultural night celebrations, and the link is in Schoology. I know Huskies have been submitting different cultural dances, different recipes, different pieces of artwork that are part of their unique culture. We can't wait to celebrate the rich diversity at Hamilton, because remember, our diversity is what makes us strong. Husky. And now I'm going to turn it over to Miss Victor. Good morning, Miss Victor.
Good morning, Dr. Sawyer. So we have continuation coming up on May 28th. Yes, 8th graders, we will still have a continuation. It will be virtual. So we are currently working on how to make this a very special event for our 8th graders and their families. So if you are an 8th grader, please check your Schoology for messages from Miss Powell for photo submissions. So details to follow, and we are so proud of our 8th graders. Husky. And so our wellness activity is the time capsule. And so we've given you lots of time to work on this time capsule. We think it's a really important activity to help us kind of remember this time. Years from now, we can go back and think about time. Husky. And so I added a couple of different pages for you today to look at. One is around your community. And so where am I living during this time? And then another one is about how I know sometimes we feel like we're stuck at home, but really you're not stuck at home. You're safe at home. And so it's really important to be safe at home. So what are you doing to keep busy during this time while you're safe at home? I want us to get into the habit of saying we're safe at home and not stuck at home. Husky. Ms. Shear.
Thank you so much, Ms. Victor. Once again, we're back talking about balancing our time, as that is our IB learner profile trait that we're focused on this week and during this time. We wanted to dive a little bit deeper with what balance is and what balance looks like. So when we look at this pie chart, we want to make sure that we know that balancing doesn't mean that we spend all of our time exactly equally. We wouldn't sleep the same amount that we exercise. That's not healthy. So we want to think about how you are prioritizing your time based on your goals and interests. That's how you should be splitting up your pie chart and how you should be balancing your time. Maybe in this pie chart that we have, the red represents health. Sleeping, meals, showering, spending time with family. The orange could represent schoolwork. The yellow could be your hobbies and your interests. So if you're writing a novel, or if you are trying to become an excellent yoga guru, or if you're gardening, or if you're spending time with your pets, think about your hobbies and interests. The green maybe is TV time. Maybe you really like TV, and so that's a little bit of a bigger chunk. The blue might be exercise, etc. So think about that pie chart and how you might be balancing your time within that. Again, when we look at balance, our elephant who is trying to balance really hard. We know that it can be hard. We know that. And so it's okay to ask for support, and it's okay to ask for accountability from your teachers or your families. That's what we're here for. And so consider writing out your current schedule and what you're currently doing, whether you think it's great balance that you have, or if you're like, oh, I'm not balanced yet. Write it out, see what you're doing every day, because that's always the first step, is to really look at how we are spending our time. And then you can see if your schedule is supporting you in your goals, and if your schedule is supporting you in furthering your interests and hobbies. And again, asking for support. That's what we're here for. So as Dr. Sawyer said, our suggested schedule for Friday is really focused on being balanced and having those times to connect in clubs. So 9 to 10, looking at breakfast, morning meeting. So you're doing that right now. Setting up your learning space. 10 to 11, check in with your Hamley Reads teacher and make sure you take attendance in your Hamley Reads class on Fridays. It's really important that you fill out that form on Fridays for Hamley Reads. And then make sure that you're checking your quiz and your points. Shout out to a certain 7th grader who just got all of their points for the $50 reward. So let's see who else is making sure that they're meeting their 500 points. But then also just make sure that you're reading some good books and learning. That's the most important part of our Hamley Reads. From 11 to 12, maybe you join a club from 11 to 12. You could join a club throughout the day. They're all throughout the day, but maybe at 11 to 12, you decide to do a club. And then from 12 to 1, you do lunch and your wellness activity. And then maybe from 1:30 to 2, you do your pack lesson, or you do more reading, or you go to another club. From 2 to 3, this is really important. Friday, all assignments are due. Remember what Miss Moreland said earlier this week. You have to have all of your assignments turned in by 3 o'clock on Friday. That's really important. So make sure that you go back into all of your classes and check that you've completed all of the assignments for this week. And then from 3 to 4, check in with your teachers again. Maybe do a kindness challenge and say happy Friday to everyone. And now back to Dr. Sawyer.
Thank you, Ms. Shear. You know, I really like that saying that you said, Ms. Victor. It's not that you're stuck at home, that you're safe at home. That's a really nice way of putting it. And I also really like that pie chart that Ms. Shear was sharing about, and I'm thinking about even the ways that I am being balanced, because I'm working a lot on my computer all day long as I'm supporting different parts of Hamilton and our Huskies. And I'm giving thought to how much time I'm actually spending on some of those ways to be balanced. So I'm going to give thought to it too, just like we're asking all of you to do today. So a lot of good guidance coming from Ms. Shear and Ms. Victor as we think about that IB learner profile trait of being balanced. Okay, so a couple last reminders. Be sure you send in those pictures, videos, and recipes for Multicultural Night so that you can be a part of that celebration and you can be a part of really showing respect and honor for the rich diversity at Hamilton. Secondly, 8th graders, be sure you're watching for Schoology messages from Ms. Powell regarding virtual continuation so that you can participate in that really special celebration of our amazing 8th graders. So we like to say as we finish up our morning announcements, as always, let's remember who we are.
We are the community of Hamilton Middle School.
Let's make it a great day.
Go
Huskies!
Happy Friday, everybody.